And a pleasant good morning to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam show for Wednesday, September 25th. We'll preview Major League Baseball. Things are heating up big time on the diamond last night. Wow, I see everybody. Dave's excited. Dave's thrilled, and so is Ramon, and everybody ready for the postseason here. And it feels like some of these games have that postseason feel right now as we head into our final games of the season here. We got a few more important games to go before we head into the playoffs. And WNBA last night, saw a couple series get closed out as expected. Will it happen again tonight? We'll preview the games and see if we can extend one of these series and get an upset somewhere along the line. We saw the games end last night. We did have both winners here on the show, but the premiums didn't go my way. So maybe we'll reverse course today and take a look at those two games in the WNBA. And getting ready for our football weekend overnight. Big news here in Las Vegas. Their quarterback basically said, "So long, I'm heading out of here. Take my no deal, no NIL deal and run," basically. And the line moved 3 points. So just a little bit of controversy here overnight. Just a little bit of a breaking story that kind of came across here over the last 8 hours or so, maybe 10 hours here last night, that this news has broken that the UNLV starting quarterback Matt Sluka is basically leaving the program 3 games into the season, and maybe with other deals with another school or something like that, basically claiming that UNLV had promised him one thing and not upholding their end of the deal. It was on his X feed. So, I guess this is the way things are going here nowadays with some of the, NIL, this and that, these conferences. I'm trying to keep up at who's going where in the conference situation, right, with the Pac-12 and the Mountain West. They probably now we get a lawsuit out of these guys right now, which is another whole dimension to it. And I could see where maybe these two need to make up a little bit and maybe just combine the two leagues, like maybe they should have in the first place right now, because those two conferences are really screwed up, especially if the Pac-12 ends up with just 7 teams and can't get an 8th team. Now it looks like they will be able to add 2 more that look like they're pretty hot to get in their conference, but just a disaster out there with what's going on. And we'll see how it shakes down, but it was just what happened overnight. All right, we're going to preview the games today. I want to thank everyone for coming into the show and see what we're going to talk about today. I see Dave was already fired up with all the, thanking the new members. Fanatical Jim, he's a new member, all right. Hello. Dave really thrilled about the situation, the Padres with that game-ending triple play. How does that happen? Right now, Suarez was in a jam. Just as I said, he'd have all these problems, and he got bailed out a little bit. Padres celebrate the postseason. They think they can still do it against the Dodgers, can they? And I think they probably can. We'll see. Cal Bear was talking about it, so that's why I mentioned it there on the monologue with that. So, you wonder, is it really a 3.5-point difference to the backup with UNLV? Maybe it is. We'll see. It's pretty how does UNLV? You'd think they would have no problem paying any NILs here. Actually, you'd think that they'd be a sleeping bear here a little bit. You remember what happened when UNLV dominated in basketball many years ago. Everybody said, and back then it was all about the money, and no one else was doing it the way UNLV was doing it. There was a big black cloud over it, certainly, with Grandmama and the gang and Coach Tark, but it was like, how did UNLV get all that great talent, right? Well, maybe in a day and age like this, you'd think UNLV would crush, and they'd be like a miracle worker here in the desert. I don't know. Maybe I don't see it quite like everybody else. They said, oh, they're big donors. They don't really have any big donors like Fertitta. I'm like, who's going to have donors like this? They should go for it, man. But I don't understand it all. Curtis is here today. Good morning. Jermaine is here as well. Hey, everyone, like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube. Thank you, Thomas, and make sure that you join me here and Mikey Money in the afternoon with pre-gaming at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, getting you ready for the primetime action. All right. Who else is here? Dare, thank you. Let me see what he says about this. Starting QBs on winning teams are transferring mid-season, right? Be careful what you wish for. But there probably is something to it on both sides, I would think. Hey, a lot of good lawyers here in Las Vegas. You couldn't figure it out with that way and keep going. Jermaine talking about some of the great players of the UNLV. Hello to the real Justin McKelvey. In there, Thomas says, a moneyline dice picked it right, took the White Sox last night. All right, N1K Protection Firm here today as well. Good morning, and Lando's in there. All right. Hey, everyone, you can get my premium picks today over at the Winnable app. I'll have a pretty good card, hopefully, here, even though I took it on the chin in those WNBA games. I tried to roll with the favorites, and what was I thinking? Both dogs were able to sneak in there at the end. That's okay. We had some good baseball winners yesterday with the premium picks, including Cubs and Phillies over. We had the Brewers yesterday. We had Giants and Diamondbacks over. We know the Giants took that one over themselves. We had the Padres and the Dodgers under yesterday. We also had the Red Sox getting it done against the Blue Jays in extra innings. Lost our total here on the show on the under with the crazy extra innings. You know how that goes. Also, premium pick winner Marlins yesterday in Twins game to go under. We gave you the Marlins here on the show, and the Twins continue to be a disaster as we get ready for our big playoff swing here right now. We know yesterday the Yankees had their chance to keep it going, but the Orioles stunned them there a little bit and kept things balanced in the American League. But over in the National League, of course, the Padres clinched their division title, and they still hold destiny in their own hands. Win them all here, Padres, and you're going to win the division against the Dodgers, but you got to sweep them all from here, including the Dodgers today. Check out my premium plays over there at Winnable. You can dial it up on your phone. You can dial it up on the web here as well. It's a browser-based way to get my picks every day, and you can see it right here. Just go over there. It's got some pay options because I got some picks behind a paywall, but also if you sign up for the free subscription, you're going to get some great picks from me every day. Tried to get some tennis in last night, but just man, a little bit chaotic schedule over there as far as the way things were being reported. I felt a little tentative in the action there on the Asian swing last night. They were really juggling those schedules, so I didn't want to screw anybody up. And we'll be firing away, though, here on tennis. We got it, because that's where we've been hot, especially over there on the Winnable app. So check me out over there. Appreciate you listening to that. And we'll preview the games here today. And Old E is here today. Appreciate you guys being here. We got few dozen in, so let's go ahead and start the show and just preview the baseball. I guess we got a short show in a way. We're going to do the whole baseball card, though, certainly here, and start it off with one-day game today. An important game, certainly, between the Mariners and the Astros. You have a Mariners team that's been having their way with the Astros here, but the Astros were able to get it done yesterday, of course, and here you have Kikuchi, who's been really, really solid for the Astros. Basically, since he's come over to the Astros, he's been basically unbeatable. And you got a chance to take him here as an underdog. Now, the Astros certainly could be accused of just riding in place here, it feels like, at this point with their lead, but they're kind of locked in, so their motivation just isn't there. However, Kikuchi's just been such a monster, it's hard to go against him here at this point. But you do have Kirby going for the Mariners here, so maybe that does balance it out a little bit. The odds are clearly reflective of the motivation, I would imagine. in this matchup today because, like I said, Kikuchi and the Astros have just been so solid here of late. But the Mariners are in this battle here for the wild card currently. We talked about how Minnesota is totally folded here of late. Detroit obviously playing extremely well, have moved into that position. It's a 2-game lead here right now, and the Mariners are 2.5 back. It just doesn't look like they're going to be able to get it done here from this point. So maybe, to me, I think that line's just going to be a little bit too high, and I'm going to have to try to take the Astros here as a dog. Like I said, I think most cappers, maybe you guys in the chat, may be feeling like the Mariners because they, Astros are pretty much fixed in to me right there. So see what you guys think in this one, the day game. Maybe I'll go with the total here as well because I do like an under here in this one. Let's see what you got. It's going to be Dave with the under here in this game, and Fernando is on the Mariners. All right. Well, I'll take the Astros, and I'll add the under. If Dave's on the under, I'm on the under. I like the under. The move has clearly been on the under here. You look at it right now, and you're seeing sevens across the board. It mostly opens 7, juice to the over. Let me see. I thought I saw some 7.5s for a time. Let me just take a look here real quick. And, there were some really weak 8s out there even, but I'm not going to trust that. It was always going to be 7 here at this point. And I'm still going to take the under here with Kirby and Kikuchi. Jermaine will be on the under here. And Jerry says Mariners and under. So I understand Mariners. Certainly, they've been very strong in this series, as we've mentioned, against the Astros. Seattle here. They've covered the run line in 11 of the last 12 meetings here in Houston. Houston, however, has won 5 of their last 7 games at home after winning last night, and the total's gone under in 7 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams. So I'll just take Houston here as a short dog, and I'll take the under. I know the Mariners are going to be pretty popular today. All right. Let's go here now to the Cubs and the Phillies. And did we ever see that hangover there yesterday, I guess, right? Yeah, maybe I was like, hey, the Phillies still have something to play for, but either that or it was actually a good matchup there. Oh, I got a little steam coming in here, rolling on the Detroit Tigers. We'll get to that game in just a moment. But right now the Tigers are going to be probably $1.15 or better here at this point. $1.22 now at circa $1.29 at Bet Online, as the Tigers are clearly getting some action here today against the Tampa Bay Rays. We'll talk about it in just a moment. Let me continue with the preview here. The Cubs and the Phillies in this one with Javier Assad going up against Christopher Sanchez. For Assad here, he comes in with a 3.34 ERA this season, and Sanchez 3.25 ERA. Phillies big favorite here, but again, they really were not. The Cubs beat them up yesterday, 10-1, 11-1. Were they still scoring? How many did they score yesterday? Phillies actually came back with a few. 10-4 was they got tuned out of that one for sure with the Cubs crushing them yesterday. But I don't know. With these two today, I'm expecting to get back to a low score. I'm probably going to be going under here with these two pitchers. It's been more of an over situation with these two, I'm sure, right now. But the steam came in on the under here. You're looking at it right now, mostly 8 under 20. There's even 7.5 over at Bet Online right now. So the tickets seem to be heavy on the over, and I get it. The series has gone over in 4 of the last 5 games, and the Cubs have gone over in 11 of their last 14 on the road. But it's been too little, too late for the Cubs here. And, for the Phillies right now, you could say they're still in a battle with the Dodgers here for that best record. Both teams right now with 93 wins, and the Dodgers have a half-game lead on them here. So there's still motivation for the Phillies. I'm going to take the under as my play here. Phillies big favorite right now, $1.90. Let me see if it's even moved. Maybe it's down to $1.80 at some of the sharp books here at this point. See what you guys want to do here, Cubs and Phillies today. If anything, what do we got? Phillies under here for Dave. And Bill, no, I'm not going to touch too much on Europa. I think that's our featured soccer today for sure, but we won't have much coverage. I may have selections on the Winnable app today. We know there's also a couple of Liga games here, maybe, and a couple of EFL Cup games with Arsenal in one of them, Liverpool in another. So that might be what my extent of my soccer coverage, I think, is going to be here today. All right, and let's see here. Jerry says he'll take the Cubs run line and the under. The Cubs mashed Sanchez back in July, and the Cubs obviously putting up those overs as well. I'm going to go under here in this one. Jermaine is on the Phillies to roll here. He likes them big, even 2.5 or more here, it sounds like today. Brewers and the Bucks, with the Brewers on the road here, $1.45, $1.50 here. It looks like today, $1.39 now at Bet Online here in this one. I'm probably going to still play the Brewers here. Like I said, they're pretty much locked into their position for sure. The Pirates, they're going to finish in last place here for sure. So just depends on if you can stomach laying a road favorite without any motivation here, it feels like at this point. But Milwaukee right now has covered 5 straight run lines here on the road. Total's gone over in 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams and 13 of the last 18 meetings between these two teams here in Pittsburgh. And you're dealing with a nice little 7.5 there. But I'll take the Brewers as my pick here, lay a little chalk in this matchup. Maybe, you might think because Pittsburgh at home is a dog, and maybe the Brewers just don't have big-time motivation to keep it rolling. Maybe they'll be resting a little bit. Let's see here. Fernando's going to lean to the over, and Dave is on the Brewers' first 5 here with Peralta. And I know it's going to be a little bit lighter on the picks here as we head into the postseason and the games. Some of them have big implications, and some of them don't have as big of implications. Here's the Rays and the Tigers. We saw that steam come in here a little bit, so that line's a little bit stale there, and I like the Tigers for sure here. Now, the steam's come in on the over, but I'm not sure I'm buying it at this point, but maybe I'll just wait on that because I think you're going to see plenty of 8s out there at this point. I'm seeing some here already, so I'm going to take the Tigers here on the show. It's going to be at least $1.30, I would think, here at this point. And why not with Keter Montero here at home and the way he's been going right now? Yeah, he's got an ERA of 4.86, but Tigers seem to give him the run support. Tigers have been so solid here down the stretch, 9-6 with Montero on the mound. Mattel, 3.56 ERA coming in. I'm just going to take the Tigers here in this one, pardon me, over the Rays today. Let's see if you guys want to play it here. Jermaine says Keter Montero is horrible. Well, he's he's been profitable. That's what I'm interested in. Jerry says first 5 under, and Justin is a prop with Riley Green. And the motivations, the demotivations of the baseball season. All right, I'm going to take the Tigers here to beat the Rays. And certainly, even though the Tigers, like I said, you look at the wild card chase right now for the Tigers, and they have a 2-game lead, but still, they got to feel like, if anything, because it's been such a dash to the finish here, that they're still not breathing at this point, want to keep it going. I think the Tigers really get that momentum going here. It's been a great season. Whether or not they could be playoff tested with this team, I'm not sure, but still been awesome here. Terrell is going with the run line. Good morning to Guillermo Zertucci joining us. And Dave went with the under in this one. I think I'll probably agree with him. All right, gang, next up, let's take a look at the Reds and the Guardians here with here's Jake Junis. The Reds, we did take a loss yesterday as a pick on the run line with the Reds. They did screw around with their starting pitching a little bit. No big deal. We did have the under as a winner, so you can't pick and choose when the pitching change rolls in. But the question that I would have for Thomas and for Guardians fans, I mean, we're dealing here with the division champion, and maybe I'm just getting a little spoiled out here on the West Coast, but where are the fans? I mean, there does feel like something weird is going on here right now with the Guardians. I mean, how can we not have a big crowd here at some of these games right now? I don't know. I'm not that close to the scene, certainly, and I didn't investigate it, but they were, talking about the size of the crowds a little bit. I guess they're non. Well, I don't know. I don't like talking about crowd sizes around here. It's a very sensitive subject when it comes to talking on YouTube. And you don't want to talk about your crowd size. But nonetheless, here you got Castillo, the left-hander, going in this one. Jake Junis gets the call here, I do think. Junis has been good, but got no run support and only has a few starts here so far for Cantillo. His ERA is ballooned here a little bit to 4.63, despite that near no-hitter that he pitched. Still, the Guardians are 4-3 with Cantillo on the mound. They've gone under in 5 of their last 7 starts with Cantillo here on the mound. And also for Cincinnati and Cleveland, a little bit, this regional rivalry, certainly under in 7 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams right now coming in. The steam came in on the under, but I don't know. I kind of want to go over here. I guess I'll just take Cleveland here as a big favorite. They've won 6 of their last 7 games at home. Cincinnati's hanging in there. They're actually covering the run line. A 1-run game is probably expected here. I'll just take Cleveland to win in this one. Let's see what you guys have here. Okay, fair enough. There was some rain yesterday. That is totally legit as well. The Mets are taking steam right now in that big game against the Braves. We're almost there, gang, to preview that one. But right now the Mets are taking the action at plus $1.60 here, at least in the game against the Braves, against Sale, the big one tonight. Peterson and Sale, the move is on. The Mets right now taking that steam. We're previewing this one with the Reds and the Guardians, but had to get that in for sure in the big matchup tonight. Dave's on the under here. And yeah, Thomas, and I don't know, is it really gotcha, Jermaine. Is it ever going to be a case where they miss their Indians a little bit too? I don't want to go back. They didn't lose a big core of fans, but it turned off a lot of people to change that particular nickname as much as it hurt everyone. But all right, that's a topic for another time. We're in the middle of the pennant race, so we won't dwell on that. But here's Ray on the Reds, verse 5. Jerry wants the Reds and under. Good morning to Ray, by the way. Terrell says, give me the run line here with the Guardians. I'm just going to take a money line here. JW says, Ramon, did you not go with the Mariners here because Kikuchi doesn't like pitching in the daytime? Well, does he even know it's daytime here? But I can't buy it, J-Dub. Man, the Kikuchi's been just incredible. And, the Mariners now, it looks like they're going to be short, right? So I just feel like they're favored because they have the extra motivation, but I'm just not sure that, I'm using Kikuchi. All right, Tariq, I think, is going with the under here. And I think that's it in this one of the Reds and the Guardians. I'll just take the Guardians. The steam came in on the Guardians. Steam came in on the under. The total right now is 8 under at the sharp books, but the square books are kind of 7.5-ish. So, I don't know if I like that move on the under here. All right, let's move on. Royals and Nationals here. The Royals were able to snap that 7-game losing streak that I mentioned yesterday, the second 7-game losing streak that they've had here in their push to the postseason, which, they're going to throw all kinds of – we have questions anyways about the Royals. And, yeah, I hold tickets on a lot of – I made a lot of good futures picks. I mean, they're not all going to win, but I'm going to have leverage with all of them, including this Royals ticket that I'm on. But nonetheless, I'm still going to end up having to take the Royals here with Lorenzen on the road against DJ Hurts here for Lorenzen. He comes in with a 3.43 ERA right now. The Royals are, pardon me, the Royals are not profitable, certainly with Lorenzen on the mound this season, but always gives him a fair chance. He has a 7-6 record overall this season. For Hurts here, he's got a 4.3 ERA currently this season, but the Nats are 7-11 with Hurts here on the mound. For the Royals, they've covered 5 of their last 6 run lines on the road, but the Nationals have been covering their run lines against KC. I'm going to take the Royals as a slight favorite here in this one. Maybe the pressure here to the under as well. The series has gone under in 6 of the last 7 meetings, but again, you're talking interleague play here, which will become more significant, I think, on these trends. Let me see what you guys have in this one. And guys are okay. Here's Terrell going to lay the run line here in this one. Good morning to Joe Alvarado. And also here's Royals and the under for Tariq. Yep, I mean, still for the Royals here, you got to think with this wild card situation right now, they've got to feel like they're comfortable at this point. I think that 2 games here, Royals and Tigers, can feel comfortable with the 2-game lead over the Twins. It sounds close. You don't want to lose all your games from here, but 2 games is a lot to make up here with just 5 to play right now. So it would be, total spoiler situation, but I just think that motivation, again, I want to play motivation here in the final week. I know it seems like every handicap, throwing out all the, I'm putting in some trends here, but you can see I'm not including all those trends we did during the grind of the regular season. I'm looking at the situation. I'm just trying to dig a price here, and I've got the Royals here, yes, comfortable to the fact that you have a 2-game lead, but the Royals certainly are going to go up there every at bat and feel the pressure here of this one. It's tough enough to win a game on the road and but in any sport, but give me $1.20-ish or so here. What is it? It might be a little higher right now. No, it might maybe even a little cheaper at some of the sharp books. So give me the Royals here in this one. I'm going to keep rolling with them right now. And I like the Royals here a little bit. And JW says under as well. I think I'm with JW for sure here, but I got to have some premium plays, JW. And maybe I just gave one out. So here we go. Keep it going right now. You talk about motivation. How about the Orioles and the Yankees here in this one? Yeah, you got to consider the Orioles. Maybe maybe are the team that doesn't have as much to play for here, even though they're chasing the Yankees here, trying to chase them down here late. But certainly the Yankees got to feel like they've got it all wrapped up as far as the division is concerned. Yeah, they're battling the Guardians here in this one, and man, $1.50. Orioles, you know what? Maybe that was the right role for them here to be a little bit of a dog at this point after basically choking this division a little bit to the Yankees because of that bullpen. But you have a pitcher like Zach Eflin here going up against Nestor. I think you got at least a little bit of an even shot here, I would think, with Eflin, a 3.53 ERA this season, and Cortez a 3.77 earned run average. So maybe even it's a neutral situation here in the pitching. We just got to be impressed the way the Orioles just kept plugging away yesterday, picking up runs picking up a run here and a run there, and basically leaving the Yankee potential rally behind yesterday. Yeah, we did go Yankees here on the show with a little bit of consensus play as well yesterday, but I don't know now with this line a little bit high, and the Yankees seemingly can coast to the division title. Yes, they want to be thinking about outlasting Cleveland here, but maybe these two are maybe playing a little bit more lax than you would really want at this point. It did have a nice feel to the game yesterday, but I didn't sense some of the urgency that I did in a few of the other games when the game maybe when it was a little bit closer as far as the Orioles trying to chase down the Yankees here right now. We do have some baseball steam coming in. It's on the Angels and the White Sox. They're steaming it under here right now. Thought it would be an important game, but it is a baseball game, getting some steam here. Angels and White Sox steam to the under here after yesterday. Went under yesterday. We tried to go over here on the show, but right now that total in the game is pretty much 8 flat in that Angels White Sox game as the steam comes in on the under, and the 8.5s are long gone there. It's 8 flat right now. All right. So here I guess I can just leave it at that, and maybe I can just take the Orioles here. I don't think the run line is going to be too affordable here, so maybe I'll just have to take them on the money line. Yeah, plus $1.25. I'll try the Orioles again here. As heartbreaking as they've been here for me, cost me that 6-team all division winner parlay, so I'm mad. Here we go. Some Yankees plays coming in from you guys. It looks like here J-Dub says Yankees. Luis says the Yankees. Markel says Yankees minus 2.5. Soto here to go over. Tariq going to come back to the Yankees. Jerry going to go. It's Yankees consensus here. It feels like I'm that guy today, and everybody piling in on Seattle today, laying that chalk on the road. JW. Oh, I said that there. All right. Let's see here. Well, right. How about that play yesterday now, I thought in the Sports Center top 10, that was an awesome play by Kramer yesterday, but come on. A triple play to win the division is going to be better than a bicycle soccer kick in an Ivy League game. Come on, Sports Center, obviously West Coast bias in the Sports Center top 10 last night. A triple play to clinch a playoff berth, not win the division. Let's not jinx it. That's got to be the number one play. Come on. Okay. All right, I'm going to take the Orioles here at plus money for sure. I just think they're out there. They're playing, it's still an important game. There's motivation here. Even the Orioles got to think, hey, we can beat these Yankees and chase them down. 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone under, and Baltimore has gone under in 5 straight games on the road. All right, here we go. Next up is going to be Red Sox and the Blue Jays. And you got Fitz here going up against Gausman here in this one. And, well, we had that one right, I guess, with the Red Sox. It didn't feel too comfortable there with the Blue Jays winning. Felt like the entire game, 3-1. And then the Red Sox were able to string together a couple of runs and get that game in extra innings, and all heck breaks loose. And Boston went on for the victory, and it went over. We tried to go under here on the show, and, well, maybe we had it right, but that's what happens in extra innings. So today I'm going to try a favorite here with Gausman. Boston has been dominating this series. I know that. They've won 5 straight games here right now in Toronto. Toronto's gone under in 6 of their last 7. 4 of the last 5 games between these two have gone under, but I'm probably going to take the Blue Jays against this rookie pitcher here right now with Gausman. Gausman comes in with a 3.91 ERA this season. He's gone over in 20 of his 30 starts this season, and the Blue Jays are 17-13 with Gausman on the mound for Fitz and the Red Sox. The Red Sox are 0-3 so far with this rookie pitcher on the mound. So know they've owned this series here a little bit. And yeah, we're done here with the Red Sox, and yeah, they're still breathing, but doesn't feel like they're going to get anything done. Maybe you can consider that a little bit of motivation, but they need to win them all, and they need a little bit of help here. But they do have that winning streak going right now, 4 games here, one of the best streaks going. Maybe even the hottest. Are the Red Sox the hottest? Well, the Giants are hot, of course. They've been winning all those road games. So I'm going to take the Blue Jays to cool them down, but I'm figuring you guys are probably going to be on the Red Sox here today. Let's see what you guys do in this one, if anything. Luis might be going under. Blue Jays aren't hitting. And Toronto first 5 for Tariq. And JW says this is for the Red Sox here in this one. They keep playing well here, it feels like, on the road, playing well against the Blue Jays here. I just can't support this rookie pitcher, it feels like to me, although the steam came in on the over. Total here right now is, yep, pretty much 8 flat right now. Maybe juiced a little bit to the over, but I might even be on the under here when it's all said and done. My plays on the Blue Jays here on the show. All right. We just talked about the big move here. There has been steam reported here on the Mets, on a big dog, and also on the under here with Peterson and Sale. Sale has been impossible here really of late, man. Allowing 2 runs or less. He's got a big time streak right now of allowing just 2 runs or less every single start right now. So even as team as good as the Mets are, how are they going to get something together here against Chris Sale? The Mets are hot. They've won 6 of their last 8 here right now. Braves got the win yesterday. I tried the Mets yesterday, and this price, let me see what the new price is now, though. Let's at least call it, DraftKings is at $1.80. Every other book is going to be even lower than that. But the move has been on the Mets here for sure with Peterson in this one. I'm just going to take the under. I'm scared at this point, and I do feel like we're going to get a masterful pitchers duel, and I'll just rather go with that here right now. If I can't figure out the sharp move here on the Mets, whatever's going on with that, you got Sale, who basically has been dominating in dynamite, and this should be one of the 2 games of the night. Sale has a 2.38 ERA. He's heading to the Cy Young Award here in the National League. Braves are 22-7 with Sale, which is saying something in itself, since the Braves have squandered things away here over the last part of the season, and the Mets have garnered that wild card spot. Braves aren't done. They're half a game back of the Diamondbacks right now. It's just a mad dash for these last 3 teams, Mets, Diamondbacks, and Braves. 2 of the 3 will get in. This game is going to go a long way to decide what happens here. I'm just going to go under with this game right now. It does seem like even with Sale, that price is high. He's just been so incredible, no doubt. So I'm sure that's what it's all about. But Peterson has just a 3.08 ERA this season, and the Mets are 14-6 with Peterson on the mound. Why wouldn't they at least hang in there? Now, I know that run line certainly isn't that attractive at minus $1.45, but if this doesn't feel like a 2-1 game or a 3-2 game, I really think that's what it's going to be tonight in this one. Let's see what you guys are doing here. And the big game of the night, Thomas is going under here, it looks like. And I don't know if Lando was leaning over here, if that was the last game, but here's Ray. He wants the under, of course. Robert's going with the Braves on the run line. He'll also go under. Justin says, give me my Braves. Team total over 4.5 at a plus 114. Smash here a little bit. Terrell going on the run line. Tariq's under. And Thomas says he'll take the Braves with me. I'm not sure I'm really going on the Braves, Thomas. I feel like the price is just too high, unless you're trying to talk me into it. I love Sale. I love what he's doing right now, but I certainly don't want to lay a money line of $1.80 here. does not feel like there's any the value with Sale as dominant as he's been. It doesn't feel like a lot of value with Chris Sale at even $1.80 here. But Thomas does like Atlanta and the under. All right, JW here. I think one more. He's likes first 5 under, parlay it with the Braves on the maybe that's the full game money line there a little bit. So, all right, I'll just take the under here in this game. It's going to be an awesome again. Like I said, yeah, there's some where there is some effect still on the pennant races and the wild card chase, but some teams, that it's hard to even after you've done it for a while, right? Anything can happen, but. All right, we got to talk about this one now with the Angels and the White Sox. We just saw that steam come in on the under here with Jose Suarez for the Angels going up against the White Sox. And, they got a win. Good for the White Sox here. And, man, it's embarrassing to want to pick the White Sox here on a YouTube picking show, but maybe this would be the spot to try to look like a genius and no one would care if you got it wrong here. Yeah, we fooled around with the White Sox there a little bit. I remember when they, put together their one winning streak when they won 3 games in a row. What was it? Anyway, but I probably would try the White Sox here if I'm going to. The money line dice got it right yesterday with the White Sox. And I said, I don't know. I like the Angels, but fortunately I rolled a random dice on the show, told me to pick the White Sox. So I'm just going to take the White Sox here today. I do think this one ends up as an under yesterday. It went under yesterday, and I tried to go over here on the show. But, what can you say? This matchup, not much. Here. Suarez, 6 ERA so far. He's just made a couple of starts this year, and Martin's 0-5. And he's got that thing right now where the White Sox have not won any of his 9 starts. So give me that. I don't even know what we're doing here. Jerry might go the under. Fade the Angels, says Thomas, and Justin will take the Angels team total over here. But I'm taking the look at the White Sox. Everybody saw them drop that infield fly yesterday. And but they still won the game for all their fans that were wearing bags over their heads. So we talk about them all here on a slow day, wrapping up the baseball season. Hey, Marlins and Twins, we got it right yesterday. It felt like yesterday trying to fade these Twins here right now. Whatever's going on with them, it's just been feels like more in the head than on the field a little bit. But the Marlins got it done here. We took them on the run line, but. We also had the premium pick winner on the under with Weathers and Ober. I'm the guy still hanging out with Weathers while everybody puts the fade train on him. We're cashing a little bit with him. Yeah, whatever you want to say. Had to take somebody, and that's what we're doing. We're kind of fading the Twins here a little bit, and I think I'm going to try it again today here with Cabrera. On the road. Cabrera, not great numbers, ERA over 5, but the Marlins are 8-11 with Cabrera on the mound. Woods Richardson has a 4 ERA, but again, I'm just looking at the Twins. It just whatever they thrown in the towel at this point. Is this a game they're going to turn it around as a $1.90 favorite? I don't want any part of that. So just give me the Marlins here on the run line. I think it's $1 minus $1.35, which isn't great, but just kind of want to continue to fade train the Twins here a little bit. It's been really a disaster right now. That still give them a chance, right? They're 2 games out, but you got to win these, and right now they're not. So just feels like a real bummer for Twins fans at this point. So let's see you guys do anything. Hello to Bob McCormick in the chat, and Tariq doesn't want to do anything with this one. Let's see here. Robert Franklin had the Marlins on the money line yesterday. And appreciate it, gang. Nobody too thrilled about that one. How about the Cardinals and the Rockies here in this one with Austin Gomber at home? Hey, we took the under again, so probably just take the under again today. Now, I will say the steam came in here on the over, which may perk your interest. But, again, what happened was now you're dealing with the total mostly at 10 over, but there are some 10.5s, right? The books are trying to catch up a little bit, it feels like. These totals are getting lower and lower, but it still finds a way to go under each and every time, it feels like right now with the Rockies home games. So until it maybe sits on a flat 10, it is at some places here right now, but St. Louis has gone under in 4 of their last 5. Colorado's gone under in 4 of their last 5 at home, and 5 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone under. So I'm going to take the under here in this one with the Cardinals and the Rockies again. And if anything, that steam that came over just at least provides a little bit of value here as they try to keep squeezing this one down and down and down, because they keep going under. Cardinals $1.20, but 10.5 under 15 at Bovada, 10.5 under 18 at DraftKings, and the sharp books kind of hanging on at 10 over 15, like Circa at 10 over 15 here right now, and Bet Online 10 over 20. Okay, Rockies here for JW. Probably agree with that, my friend. And let's see here. Also, here's St. Louis in the under for Thomas. Robert says take Gomber in his strikeout total. And, Thomas says no, Rockies and under here. And JW, a great, nice tribute there by JW talking about that with Charlie. And that's what it was sad to hear the way Blackman discussed his retirement announcement, that just wasn't fun anymore. Gosh, that's too bad, right? You would think that if I were a veteran like that, and was obviously made a lot of money, that you would think maybe that's the pressures of playing on a team that hasn't been winning for most of his career. But I would think as I got older, I would be more inclined to think I was having fun. And what a great player that Blackman has been. Robert says, give me the Rockies on the money line. And Dave's a little behind us, it looks like, on the games, actually. All right, give me the under here once again with the Cardinals and the Rocks. All right, Giants and Diamondbacks here in this one. The Giants really pummeled the Diamondbacks yesterday with 11 runs, whatever. What did I say? It was 11-4 eventually, I guess. Right? Or was it 11-0? It was 11-0. 11-0 with Logan Webb getting to spot yesterday. And, well, I'm not going to I'm coming back on. I'm going with the Diamondbacks. Blah, blah, blah. I'm coming with the Diamondbacks today with Zach Gallen, whatever. It was 11-0 yesterday. Might be 11-0 the other way today. Zach Gallen here, 3.74 ERA. Diamondbacks 17-10 with Zach Gallen on the mound, and I don't care what the price is. I'm just going to take Arizona here for sure against this opener of the Giants. Actually, Black can run a little bit deeper here, but 5.61 ERA this season, and he has a opponent's batting average nearly 300 against Black here coming in. So I know that the Giants have had a little bit of success here of late against Arizona. Giants have won also 5 straight games on the road. They've been good on the road here of late after I tried to bag on them all season. But in this one, I'm going to take the Diamondbacks on the run line as my play. I'm not going to get too deep into it. Arizona's gone 11-4 to the over last 15 games here at home. 11-0. Yep. See what we got here. JW says, take the Diamondbacks. Thomas says, yeah, give me the Giants. I think they keep that offense going here a little bit. Justin says, Diamondbacks team total over. Tariq says he'll go over here in this one. I might as well, but I'm just going to take the Diamondbacks here on the run line for my play here on the Morning Steam. And Robert says, take Black and over his K's here against Arizona. All right, couple more here. Rangers and Athletics. And, hey, like I said, it was a party there in Oakland, right? Maybe a little good momentum here for this team playing out the string at home. Yeah, we had them on the show. It was a walk-off win by young player yesterday, but great job by Oakland, and maybe they'll just have a little motivation here towards the end of the season. Bittersweet with these fans and all that. The owner is not going to get a lot of great vibes out of this, but the team and the players and the fans are rallying around each other. It feels like a little bit here, and even though they might have an advantage, talking about the Rangers here with Bradford over Basso, I'm taking the A's here on sentiment, on motivation here on the last week of the season. Like I said, everything's going to be pretty much motivation based, and I would think that's probably what carried the Athletics yesterday, and a nondescript game that had no real meaning to anybody except a diehard Athletics fans and maybe those players knowing that they were carrying the crowd on their shoulders here. So anyways, Oakland's covered 5 of the last 6 run lines against the Rangers here. 6 of the last 7 meetings have gone over, but the widely reported steam has come in on the under here in this one. And you're seeing mostly 7.5 unders right now. You're even seeing 7 over 25 or so right now. So it's been a heavy move here actually to the under. And I might kind of go with that here as well, but let me just take the A's in this one as my play once again. I just think that's how they'll do it. That's how they got it done yesterday when Wilson had the walk-off hit there. There it is. I'm just looking at it right now, actually, as they celebrate there in Oakland. So they celebrate, and look at them. You can see they're celebrating like they won the World Series. So I'm going to take the A's here again. All right. And hope we don't get we don't get any copyrights for that. My man Mike is already enthralled in a bunch of lawsuits with YouTube. All right, let's see here. Thomas is on Oakland in this one, and Justin is on Oakland here. And Robert says, "Give me the A's money line and the under." Looks like to me now Dave's all caught up here. And JW says they'll make it to Sacramento, and he's got that Giants hat there, so I got to respect that. He probably is, and maybe JW can be our Bay Area correspondent, but we're only gonna have one team to report on now. But all I was saying, JW, and yeah, I think they'll find a way to get that deal done in Sacramento, but kind of weird right now. There's really nothing's for sure as far as where they're gonna play those games next year, but they've got to get the deal done in Sacramento. It feels like, but I still think they could find a way to get to the Aviator Stadium. But I don't know. I've found myself usually I'm right a lot of times in the speculation on things like this. But since I've been here in Vegas, I do not have a good feel for it. The things are done a little bit differently here than I am used to. All right, let's see here. Bradford under the K prop here. And Thomas says, no one's going to take the defending World Series champions. In fact, right, if anything, it feels like that's kind of been the downer here. Tariq says, one more time on the A's. Rooker to go over. Thomas says, we need a consensus play. Let's take the A's here in this one. All right, we're on the A's consensus. I'm on them, so let me add the under here. I'll make the under my play officially, and we're on Team Steam consensus. Can be on the A's. I'm on them with you. Sometimes I come on and, when I said, well, Team Steam's on the other team. But today I'm on the A's, of course. But I'll take the under. And our A's here today. And they'll be playing here at Bonanza High School. All right. We had more picks on this game than many of the other games here today. But all right. And Subhuman there. Great show last night. Hope you guys caught the action there with the Dana White Contender Series show here on Sports Money Network. Guys had a great time picking some winners. Man, we had a great show too. I do a podcast as well with my longtime co-hosts that we've done for several years. We've been covering the Contender Series for several years now, and my guy VB. You guys might know him or seen me on the other show, but I certainly want to mention him yesterday. Yes, let me tell you these hits that he did. We got a great crew here. They're going to give you lots of great winners with the their show today as well. Don't forget. First Strike tonight. Don't forget, Subhuman and the gang will be here to preview the card from Paris here this weekend. Going to be an awesome card this Saturday night with main event with Moicano going up against Saint Denis. The lightweights are going to go at it. Number 11 and number 12 ranked in the UFC, and going to be a good matchup. But just got to tell you, my guy BB, he really loves hitting those props, and he hit a nice parlay in there with a couple of unders, but he hit a 14 to 1 shot with Christian by submission in round 2. I actually got a better price than that on that one. And he also hit Frunza by TKO or by KO in round 2. And I got that one at 20 to 1. So I just want to shout out my guy BB yesterday for a couple of huge bombs on the Contender Series. Thank you, BB, if you're watching. I know you're not, but GM is here, and thank you, GM. Good morning to you. All right. Step back, Jay. We're just about ready to go, I think, in the WNBA. I got one more game I'm going to talk about in Major League Baseball for sure coming up right now. I can't wait, actually. So Skun Blaster's here, and he's got some action here. He's going to cover that La Liga for us here today, if you will. So let's check it out. It's got Barcelona over Getafe here. Look, they're $5 favorites, but he says take Barcelona to win and hold Getafe to 0 today in this one. And there's been big money on Barcelona. I'm telling you this, there's not a lot of value on Barcelona today. I'm not picking on Skunt's pick. He's got him to win 2-0. So that's at least a little bit more specific, if you will. And he's got Girona against Rayo over 2 in the Skunt Bag POD parlay of the day there. Thank you, Skunt Blaster. He was hanging out in that chat room. I was watching the show yesterday, certainly. Saturday, thank you, JW. Yeah, don't forget that, right? We'll have a package ready and available to go with my plays, with the help of my guys here. We've had some great cards. So it starts at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific from Paris here this week. All right. One more game here in Major League Baseball. I can't wait to talk about it. Fernando says you got a parlay here to get some value. Robert says don't forget maybe some cup action. There's everything, right? You got Copa Libertadores today. You've got it EFL Cup as well, and I think those are probably the best matchups. U.S. Open Cup as well today. Sporting Kansas City taking on LAFC. All right, one more baseball game. Can't wait. And can my Padres do it here and keep it going against the Dodgers with Jack Flaherty? We got bad news from the Dodger camp, and we knew it, but it doesn't look like Clayton Kershaw is going to make it. But just judging from the news the way they explained it, it seemed pretty obvious to me, right? Think about it right now with the they've said basically they're shutting him down. He's got discomfort in his toe. He's got a bone spur. He's not throwing to live hitters right now, and it's September 25th. So he's not ready to pitch in games. So good luck to the Dodgers, right? Here's the thing. Dodgers putting up all those runs. The offense is absolutely terrific. This is definitely going to be a sketchy rotation in the postseason. Maybe it can work out for the Dodgers. The reason why the Padres have this momentum, I think, right now are for matchups like this one with Dylan Cease. Certainly strong, pitching well again, maybe fatigued a little bit here at the end, but it does look at the Padres right now, and this starting pitching is just crushing here at this point. And they'll have a better rotation, certainly, than the Dodgers moving forward. Feels like the bullpen's pretty good, even if Suarez got bailed out of that by that triple play. You had to throw a pitch inside to get a ground ball. It happened to work out for him there. Maybe he can turn it around here at this point. So I'm on the Padres here again for sure tonight. You want need me to make up some stats or something here? Look, the Padres have won 5 in a row here. They've gone under in 7 of their last 8 games right now. Dodgers have gone over in 8 of their last 10. Coming in this one, we had the premium on the under yesterday as the Padres got it done and celebrated there. Get this for the Padres. This is just a crazy one, right? You think of, things that happen where when you have a championship team, right? Things are going to happen that you don't see in Major League Baseball every day is what kind of the way it goes. Well, for the Padres in that game yesterday, in Major League history, this was from Opta Stats. In Major League history, over 700 triple plays have been turned. Over 300 no-hitters have been thrown. Over 300 times there have been back-to-back-to-back home runs by a team, and over 100 times a team has come back in the season in a game from 8 runs down to win. But only one team has done all 4 of those things in the same season: a triple play, a no-hitter, back-to-back-to-back home runs, and a comeback of 8 runs or more. And that would be this Padres team. That is a little bit out there, right, as far as trying to find stats. I'm not saying it proves any championship thing. Those are kind of random stats, but still, nonetheless, after all that, this team has a little moxie to it right now, and everything seems to be clicking for the Padres. I'm taking them here tonight to keep this thing going. I would imagine the law of averages, and I'm certainly am one to be a realist somewhere, that maybe the Padres could lose a game. We know that they struggle against the Rocks or whatever, but does feel like right now, or the Dodgers are in the Rocks, but you think somewhere along the line the Padres are going to lose one in this little stretch. But I'm not going to go against it. Come on. Not right now. This looks too awesome. Here's Robert on the Padres. Tariq says Padres once again. Fernando's on the under. Justin says take the Padres over on their team total. And Thomas is on the over here in this one. Dave thinks Kirk Gibson's going to hit a home run. All right, JW, you're going to take the Dodgers today. He probably hates to do it if that's his real Giants hat there, but maybe, just maybe today with Flaherty. Is Flaherty the Dodgers' best pitcher here right now? It feels like it. Robert's got Ohtani here to go over, and remember what I said about Shohei Ohtani pitching this season? It feels like Ohtani's getting close to being a closer or something in the, something here. It's going to be a short-term thing, but this guy's got a miracle. You wonder what kind of medicine he's gotten to fix his arm here. Right? Didn't he just go from near Tommy John to pitching in the playoffs here? I mean, this guy's Superman, literally. All right, Jermaine's got his plays for the day, and I'm taking the Padres one more time. All right, let's get the WNBA and get out of here. Thank you, everybody, for joining me here today on the Morning Steam. On, a bit of a slow day a little bit, but we've been ready tomorrow for some football action for Thursday night football. Fever in the Sun here in this one. You got the Sun favored by 6 going up against Caitlin Clark and her black eye. It was my favorite player, Dejanay Carrington. Got her right in the eye, but, it was an accident. I think everybody agreed that it was. I mean, that's just going to happen. And we saw the Dogs close the gap on Wednesday night and on Tuesday night. And get the money, and it was close, right? I mean, it was so close yesterday. Like I said, we gave out the winners of the totals here yesterday with the over in Atlanta and the Liberty, but Atlanta was able to stay in there pretty much all game. It was a tie game in the fourth quarter, basically, before the Liberty went on that run with Ionescu. Just terrific. Really, almost starting to feel like with Ionescu right now, like all that momentum for the Liberty, the best team, and now they're going to be faced up against the Las Vegas Aces in the semifinals after the Aces closed out Seattle late but couldn't get the money at -8, and they beat them by 7 points, 83-76. I'm watching those highlights. I watched the game, of course. I'm pseudo Aces fan here in Las Vegas, but it's all about the money here, I guess. And if the Dogs were closing the gap, then why wouldn't the Fever close the gap against the Sun with Caitlin Clark, who played what she characterized as one of her worst games of the season? So I think everybody agreed. And what happened when Caitlin Clark struggled? And I know it's playoffs and this is just one game later, but if you put it in a little microcosm, she turned around her shaky start very quickly and became one of the best players in the league right away after just a couple of weeks, and basically turned the team around from a poor start, that bad schedule they had, and all that. Hey, the Sun are top notch. They're very, very good. Are they as good as the Liberty? Probably not. Are they even better than the Minnesota Lynx? Are they better than the Las Vegas Aces? It's negligible. It's just a matter of, and the number, man, did they ever come close here? I think on some of these numbers too as well. Let me take a look here and make sure this number is right, actually, because it's currently down to 162, mostly 6.5 now. So wow, we're gonna even get another half a point. I'm on the Fever here in this one. I'm already locked in the Fever to win the title on a couple of futures bets, and now they're 100-1, I think, right now, and I almost want to hit it again, but one step at a time here. They got to win this game. They got to cover this game, hopefully, is what I'm going to take them to do here in this one against the Sun today. What do you think? Did the Dogs closing it up here a little bit? And let's see, Step Back Jays here and said the Fever's just no defense here, right? Well, interestingly enough, Connecticut, they aren't exactly explosive, right? They're the team that slows it down. It does feel like when you have a kind of a contrast of the Fever that is that up-tempo team for sure, and the Sun, which wants to just slow it down. The Sun, like what the Sun wants to do, it feels like this total's pretty high, to be honest. Hey, there's steam coming in right now. I just want to mention it real quick. Orioles and Yankees game total over here right now. Steam is coming in. They were hitting it at 7.5 or so. The way I was discussing the game was I felt like the pressure was slowly heading downward here, but we're seeing some steam right now in that game with Eflin and Cortez. I don't want to say that they're I didn't say anything, but that's the way I was kind of looking at the game today. So anyway, steam over Baltimore and New York right now. Okay, let's see what we got here. Maybe a few more Fever and Sun, if anybody played it. Justin's on the Sun. Team total over. Thank you, Dave, for joining us here today. We'll catch you later on tonight. Previewing my high school games, of course. I love it. And let's see, Terrell says that Las Vegas game ended with a total of 159. Were there any winners? Good point there, Terrell. I think people may have gotten some pushes out there for sure. Hopefully, our play certainly was under at that time. The play on the show won. There are certainly some people who might have gotten in on the under a little late and end up, I think, with I would think a worse to push. You might seem to indicate maybe a loss in there, but nonetheless, right, with that game, we knew feel like it was going to go under a little bit. Okay, let's see. Got to take the Sun, Thomas says. And a little bit of conspiracy theory there. It was the most widely watched playoff game in, what did they say? I want them to get it right. I thought they said it was the most widely watched playoff game in league history, Game 1. Maybe they meant non-finals. Maybe it was the most watched playoff game. Actually, Saturated here this morning, and you know what, Saturated. I probably got up a little later today than usual. Maybe at 4 a.m. my time. So maybe I'm a little more low key today. Yesterday we were crazy yesterday, weren't we, on the show? I came in today and I said, let's be a little more low key today. Yesterday I was getting a little bit goofy with some of my stories and some of my excitement, and I'm like, you know what? Let's tone it down a little bit today. All right, Tariq's going here on the fever, and JW's on the over, and maybe I'm tired. And I'm old and tired. Saturated said, you got any feels for hey, look, you guys have been, I don't know if I did have some plays already in college football. Maybe I can roll these off here. I'll just roll them quickly. These are the early plays that I've made so far in college football. I know we got another WNBA game here. I took Stanford and Clemson over. I took Central Michigan. I'm not going to roll off the prices here too much. I got good. I'm in on a good price on all of these for sure. So just take it for what it's worth. Louisiana and Wake Forest over, probably close to 61 now. There, Central Michigan was a pick'em, and they're now up to 3 in that San Diego State game. But I took Central Michigan over San Diego State. Steam came in on Central Michigan there. San Diego State wasn't sure of their quarterback situation still. I took Akron and Ohio over. I think it's like 46 now. I took Maryland and Indiana under. I think it's all the way down to 52.5. I was in at 55. Central Florida I'm waiting on, but I'm going to be taking them, I'm pretty sure, against the Buffaloes this week. They're up to 15 right now, so might just be like a play on the show this weekend. I was kind of waiting. Maybe the public could come in on Colorado. It doesn't feel like they are. I took Western Michigan against Marshall. It's down to 4 now. I like Western Michigan against Marshall. I took Oklahoma State against Kansas State this weekend, getting the points. I think it's down to 5 here possibly right now. We got in at 6. And I'm on Navy and UAB under here. I know the steam came in over yesterday, but it steamed right back. So I hope nobody got too thrilled about that. And I like UAB's offense, but in a Navy game here, I still think I want to take under. I took under in Navy and UAB. And that might be, and then one more I took was Air Force against Wyoming. I think they're -3 on the road. So there were some college plays. Just thank you for hanging around. And again, those are just I got good prices there. So anybody taking those are going to be laying a little tax. But I'm not going on the other side. All right, thanks, Saturated. That was for you for just stopping by and saying hi. And let's see here. Step back, Jay says, Sun can score on bad teams. Guess the Fever are a bad team. Or Robert Franklin said, lay the Sun here, -6.5. The Fever like to run, and if you like the Sun, I might have lost the context of how the conversation was going in that game. Just says, come on, Ramon, get excited. We will when we get to the weekend here. And one more, huh? Jerry's, I think he says that sounds like a concern for him there. I think the Buffs are having some depth issues a little bit too. But that's why I thought maybe Colorado would be a public dog. All right, Mercury and Lynx, last game here. And I'm going to take I don't think the Mercury are going to be that team to be the one like the other teams and close this gap. I like the Lynx here to win by double digits. I got burned yesterday and both favorites, and maybe that's why I'm going. I don't know if you can see right through me, but let's see. I won both plays on the show yesterday, taking the totals, and I lost both plays yesterday, taking the sides as premiums. So today I'm giving out the sides as free plays on the show. I hope I get them all right, but if I've got the totals down, and usually that's my best. Hopefully that's why you're here as well. I'm kind of a script kind of guy, so I'm moving the totals maybe there. Hi, Chad. He says it's fever, and I hope Chad, you know, I don't know what it thinks of that theory. I don't know if that even is a theory yesterday, what I did, but all right. Oh, Chad had a big day yesterday. He said he clicked on all those games. See, and I got him wrong yesterday, trying to come in on those favorites yesterday. All right. He says, take the fever plus the points, I think is what he's saying there. Justin likes the under in the game with Phoenix. Jerry says Lynx and over. And Thomas says the Lynx are trippy. And he's not talking about golf. And I think that's going to do it for me here on the show. I'll take the Lynx to wrap it up and get the money here against the Mercury. Maybe they'll be the one favorite that will cover here overall. All right. That's going to do it for me here on the morning steam today. Appreciate you guys. We'll be back tomorrow with NFL football and more. Major League Baseball action as well. We'll probably still do the whole card tomorrow. I want to appreciate everyone here for joining me on the show. I will have premium pick selections here today over at winnable.com. So please check me out over there to get my best plays at Winnable. This is I'm touting my picks here, and you're going to get my best plays over there. But you know what? It's very, very inexpensive. Actually, it's not even an issue. Just join me over there at Winnable and get my premium plays. You can even sign up for a free package that's going to get my plays that are non-major plays. I think is the way I'm kind of doing it right now. So please join me over here. You take a look at it there right now. You can scroll down. You'll see my picks there. You can subscribe to it there for a very reasonable rate, just $20 a month. Get several plays a day. Actually, I'm a high volume handicapper, so you can grab that there or get that free plan as well. And you subscribe, you can get notifications to your phone and get all of my additional action. I'm coming on here every day. This is how you can support me here on the Sports Money Network, coming back and doing this show every day. I know a lot of you have followed me over here, and I see a lot of great faces in the chat that are subscribers here as well, and hopefully they enjoy the volume of plays. You know, you don't have to play them all. The great thing about it is that, you know, people say, hey, do I have to play them all? What if the line is different? You know what? Actually, by the end of, you know, when it's all said and done, the way I handicap, if you will, it should work out to the kind of same percentage, whether you played them all or if you played 20% of them. That's just the way it should be in the end. So you get all the plays there over at Winnable. Use this promo code to save 20% off all the premium pick packages that I have over there. Basically, I come on here, give a bunch of plays, and then I send out more plays when you're not seeing me on the air as I sit here watching the action, handicapping my games, making my bets, and then sending out my plays to anyone who wants them, basically. And maybe that fee is just a transaction fee for my work of typing it in and stuff like that. Not even really the plays, right? Like I said, I used to be on a site where I was charging $25, $35, $45 for a set of plays. And hey, maybe you get what you pay for here, but I just want to know you're subscribing and following me, and a little bit of support will keep me coming back here on the Sports Money Network, the fastest growing channel on YouTube for sports betting for sure. Now, don't forget to join Mikey M at 6 p.m. Eastern and 3 Pacific for pre-gaming as he gets you ready for that prime time action. And also, First Strike is today. The guys will go over the big card for this weekend's action here. Check me out, too. I do want to tell you, so if you're loading up on your MMA coverage, I did do my podcast with VB. Just look for it. Type in Ramon Scott and VB MMA picks on YouTube, and you'll find me on there. We got great programming here, but I do want to promote that podcast that I have with my guy VB. We previewed the bantamweight matchup with the women on Saturday night. We also previewed a light heavyweight matchup as well as that main event. So please check that out as well with me. All right, that's going to do it here. Thank you, everyone. Maybe run through a few more comments and say goodbye and appreciate you guys. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you, Chad. Another play here, Lynx first half. Thank you to Justin. We had one consensus play today. I'm sorry, everybody. And Terrell, it was, we took the Lynx. I'm taking another favorite here. Phoenix might be the one team I don't want to try, I guess. And, well, like I said, the Dogs did it yesterday. So, okay, that's going to do it. Appreciate you all for checking me out. And we'll be back tomorrow here on the Morning Steam. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long.